Hey, how's it hanging and what's going on, everybody? My name is Grenmore and welcome back to Fully Horrible People. So, today... I win! Yeah. Today, as you can notice, I'm playing a game by myself. But that's more importantly, this is a personal video, not a let's play. Oh my god, there was... Go back there. No! You, go there. Irritating bastard. So yeah, today's a personal video, and I've decided that with certain videos that I think might be a bit too... how to put it? Heavy. I decided to put a game on. I decided to go with just a random custom game in Warcraft 3, since that's what we're less playing at the moment. So yeah, so for certain subjects that I think might be a bit too heavy, I'll be playing a game. So, you might be wondering what is so heavy that, I decide to, not face cam this. And this is one of the harder subjects of my life, which is my father. We all have one, whether we like him or love him. And yeah, I decided to make this video about him. Now, my father and mother split up when I was, I'm going to say, about 2 is when I believe I was told. And so, I was split between my mum and my dad. I would spend the weekdays with my mum, so Monday to Friday with my mum. Oh wait, no, Monday to Friday morning with Monday afternoon and Friday morning with my mum, and Friday afternoon till Monday morning with my dad. One little thing about my mother and father, that one of the many things that actually make them different, is my dad dated after, he split up from my mum. And my mum pretty much stayed single all the way up until, I think, about 2009. So about a year after I got her hooked on on what is it? World of Warcraft. Yeah. Which, isn't that bad of a thing. But some of the women my dad dated weren't exactly the nicest of people. And he didn't really have many serious relationships until I was 5. And he met his current wife and my stepmom, who will remain nameless. For the moment, anyway. And that kind of went great for him. He got married. I now have a bunch of 3 brothers, a stepsister, and a baby sister. Now, which I don't really mind, but when you start off as an only child, and then of course my mum had my other sister, who is one of my best friends, and I love her to death, and then my dad having so many other kids, and me not getting to spend much time with him, I basically ended up being neglected by him, and barely getting any attention. And of course by that time I started acting up, because it was the only way I could think of to get attention from my father. So, yeah, and that continued on for years. Until, I would say, Christmas 2012. To very early 2013. Because during school holidays, which is basically at the end of every term, which we have 2 weeks for 3 times a year, and then 6 weeks at the end of the year, which is sort of our summer vacation for those of you in America, which I suppose is pretty great. But yeah, so with that, I'd always spend a week with my dad and then 3 weeks with him over the summer, and the rest of the time with my mum. Now, in 2012 or 11, my dad moved to Queensland. I don't even remember why. He just moved away and left me alone with my mum. And then I had to travel all the way to Queensland, and that is a day-and-a-half trip by car. About 3 hours on a plane. But yeah, I got to go there on a plane once. The rest of the time we'll stop over in Sydney and then continue going up. But yeah, and towards the end of 2012, it would have been early 2013 that I last saw him. He basically cut all contact with me. No phone calls, no messages, nothing. He just stopped talking to me. He didn't want to see me anymore, and that made me feel like shit. And it still pisses me off to this day that, you know, my father basically disowned me. And at that point, you know, I had started high school, and that's when things started going a bit off for me. And, you know, things were happening and I needed help, and my father wasn't there, and there was a few also underlying issues with my father, which I won't go into with this one, because that would just create the length of this video to be way too long. But yeah, there were some things that happened which were horrible, and yeah, it was heavy on me, and I felt horrible, and then he doesn't really seem to even talk to me now. Even after I joined Facebook and I found out he was on Facebook, he friended me and we barely ever talk. I hold some animosity to my father for the things that have happened in the past. And yeah, it's pretty hard, because for someone to cut all contact with you and basically disown you when you're the firstborn son, someone who's supposed to be very important, and, you know, your dad is just basically going, goodbye, I don't want to see you again, it was hard. And I kind of broke down because of it. You know, it increased my relationship with my mother, which was great, but there were times where that was a problem, and yeah, that was pretty hard on me. And then, I mean, we still don't talk much now, which is one of the hardest things. You know, I want to have a relationship with my dad, but neither of us are very good at communication. So it's more just the occasional, you know, hi, how are you, and that's about it. And the occasional, very occasional, I like to point out, from him, happy birthday to me. The last time it happened, he said happy birthday to me, it was my 20th birthday, and it came at 12:01 the next day. So the day after my birthday. And that was heart-aching for me. It made me feel like he didn't actually care at all. You know, his first son is basically just turned 20. A big milestone. And he's just like, oh yeah, happy birthday. Whatever. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he didn't mean it like that. That's just how I felt. But that was horrible. So, yeah, that's... God damn it. I am so glad I decided to do this while playing a game, because it does kind of distract from some of the things I feel at the moment. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's the story of my dad. There is another video that I will be making, which will be very, very heavy. And it includes a very horrible thing that's happened in my life, and it revolves around my father and my stepmother. But for now, I think that's it. Just gonna save that. It's my last game I played. Anyway, that's it from me. Don't forget to not take things too seriously and have fun. See ya.